Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the Hawthorn vs St Kilda game. Probably going to keep it quick because I've got to get through 3 of these analysis, and it is Mother's Day, so got to spend time with family at this point. So let's just, before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into these quick-ish recaps. Lloyd Meek, I didn't expect this to happen, and I guess some will say, oh, you should have seen this, oh, it was a good pick. I just think the odds with Meek are sort of... He beat the odds, which is a fair play to him, but I wouldn't be doing this on the regular with these type of picks because you can see that they, in a week or two, can just go bang and then just flatten out completely. So it's better to pick historical guys that do well, rather than guys like Meek that are on the rise. These sort of... And you'll hear it said a lot in the fantasy community and Supercoach community, these breakout guys, these guys that just natural improvement, these type of guys. Yes, Luke Meeks had a role change, but to full-time ruck-ish. But we've seen in the past with Lloyd Meek, I could pull up the stats if I wanted to go more in depth, but he's had games where he's had pretty consistent 70s in the past when he solo rucked, I believe, at Freo. Newcomb, another guy that we thought would take the natural improvement as well. He's coming back strong, but will be an interesting one next year, potentially, if he's priced around that 85 range. Aim on 111, I thought he had a really good start as well. First 3 quarters, then the last quarter he was off. MP 92, Will Day 85, he's starting to get into it, but again, he was 105 points plus 85, 190, so he's currently averaging 63.3. And I believe with something like 14 games to go, if he averages like 100 from here on out, he'll be priced at roughly, I would say 97, 96. I reckon that could be a go there. So he's definitely on the watch. Ginnivan, 78, Scrimshaw, Hardwick, Nash. Dylan Moore, I thought had an alright game. It wasn't, he didn't get out and about too much. Which sort of did restrict his score, but a 71 for him is sort of a down game, I don't think is necessarily the worst. So yeah, I don't think he was the worst there. D'Ambrosio, 63. I don't like McDonald positioning, although I think he could be a crafty sort of small forward. I really would like to see him on the wing and also running through the centre, as I do feel like he is sort of like a Jake Soligo and can break lines. So I would like to see him actually get that time in the middle, but I guess they're trying to give that time to McDonald, and even, Will Day is an established guy, but trying to give that time to those guys, as well as, I just would rather see McDonald take Warple's place. Even though Warple is a great player, I just think that he doesn't use the ball as much, as well as some players, and he isn't on the caliber of Clayton Oliver and guys like that, Tim Taranto, Warple. So I'd just much rather see McDonald get the ball there, but I mean, I'm not a Hawks fan, so can't really say too much. Mackenzie, I thought he had an alright start, I'm pretty sure, but then faded away a little bit. But he is starting to, well, I mean, he's not building form, but he's starting to get the games under the belt where starting to, I think, develop a little bit in the AFL. Warple had a shocker. Nick Watson as well kicked a couple goals. Probably should have had 3, but it wasn't his breakout game, but it wasn't his sort of usual. So it was a good start for him. Weddle as well didn't do much. Frost, Mitchell, McGuinness, Gunston, Bruce, and Kalshadir came out. I didn't do that in my cash cows analysis, but I probably should have realised that Kalshadir, given they have Bruce and Gunston there, and the ability for them to go small, I think that I should have realised that, and Kalshadir probably wasn't the best option, as he doesn't actually have the job security that I was marking him for. Royal Marshall went absolutely nuts. He went a 91 second half, which is just crazy. And yeah, I don't know why I got rid of him in fantasy. He would have been perfect at the moment. And yeah, so that was just a stuff up by me to get in the end. I think it was Flanders, who in the end I think only gained me like 20 points across 2 weeks, even though I would have got Flanders this week anyway, so it wouldn't have gained me much. So yeah, Royal Marshall has burnt me. Jack Steele, 131, he was huge again as well. He's back to his best. Knee strapping's off. He's got, I think, 13 tackles, as well as the fact that he was popping out for marks as well. You see here, mark here, mark here. I think he ended up with about 6 marks as well. Bonner off the half-back line, he's doing really, really well at the moment. He's using it really well by foot, so I think he's entrenched as well in that squad. And I'm happy to definitely keep him in the side in both formats now for a little while. Wayne Malira, 119, 113 in Supercoach. Yeah, he made some clumsy errors, I'm pretty sure, but in the end, he got the job done and would have liked to have seen him get more of the ball in the first quarter. But I think Hawthorn, from memory, were keeping the ball pretty well in the first. Wilkie, 114, I think he had something like 6 or 7 intercept marks. He was crazy to see here, and a lot of just, he sort of is the somewhat to a degree of what Luke Ryan is doing, but obviously not to the extent that Luke Ryan does it. But he did really well just collecting and switching the ball. Mason Wood had a huge last quarter, 41 here. You can just see him absolutely catapult, especially in the last little bit where he got 18 in the space of basically 66 seconds. So, and that might have even been 18 in the space of like 50 seconds. He just went bang, bang, bang. And yeah, you can just see it in the last, in the second half here with the 70 to get to a 107. Josh Battle, 106. Windhager, I think, is one that we can sort of mark down as a maybe natural improvement. Maybe when I collate my sort of list for next year, I'll sort of have my natural improvers list as well as my sort of how I value, sort of how I see value, and sort of have a list of each of the 5 1s or 4 1s that I have, and sort of break down who I think could fit in those categories just to make it easier for people. So yeah, Windhager probably actually falls into one of those categories as he's starting to put games of 100s together, but he's still only averaging in the mid-80s. So I think if he can take that next step and get those sort of consistency of 100 games and get a 120, 130 game, especially if he can just get some marks in there. He's got 1 mark here, a couple marks here. If he can get some games of marks, of sort of following Jack Steele's sort of trajectory, he will look good. Darcy Wilson, one of the best wingers and probably the best cash cow, so that probably means he's going to fail next week, given that I've put the hoodoo on about 4 cash cows each and every week. For like successive weeks. So yeah, Darcy Wilson again putting out, and he just needs to be on field, honestly, with the way he's playing at the moment. In the St Kilda system, he's just getting basically that open side mark, and also just getting a lot of he's also coming inside for a lot of the ball as well around the contest, which is really good. But yeah, just using his speed to really score well on the wing. Webster, Hill, Sinclair as well. I thought Sinclair would be better than this. A 59 from him. He looked pathetic. Dropped a lot of marks, and really that score could have easily been an 80, just with how badly he played, just the ball around him. So yeah, for that to be a 59. Garcia, 58, getting some good cash gen. Ross, Owens, Howard, Stocker, Membry, King, Hasty. Hasty I thought actually played better than that for a 29. But yeah, you can just see basically did nothing after half time. Patton and then Haynes subbed out. And this is why you don't go early on guys in Supercoach, because some people would have gone early on Haynes and he just had a shocker and is now going to have a break even of like, I don't even know, probably 10 or 15 now after that game. But anyway, that pretty much is the video. Trying to keep them short here, going through the Hawthorn versus St Kilda game, and I'll see you guys in the next recap, which is the GWS Essendon boil over, I guess. I think that's the next one, but I'll see you guys in that one. Bye guys.